He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
This does happen sometimes. Now, I'm afraid to say that you have made my naughty list.
It's terrible. You're on the list. You're on the list. I'm sorry. Welcome to the naughty list. Now, this is where anything from tacky tunes to questionable holiday treats can find itself in a little bit of Christmas trouble. Folks, Santa is not the only one making lists around here. We've got a good one going, and we're putting all kinds of holiday no-nos on notice. Now, every Monday until December, we're going to highlight 2 holiday offenders to place on the Christmas Everyday version of the naughty list. And in December, we're going to release our weekly nice list, where we will obviously highlight 2 or more holiday items or characters or songs or whatever we want that fill us with joy. And now, if you have any nice list recommendations, you can send those to us at christmaseverydayshow@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it if I don't steal your idea, because I don't know. I'm that kind of guy. Anyway, it is with a very, very heavy heart that I make this announcement. This is the last Naughty List episode until January 26th. Now, the plan going forward is to do a naughty/nice list on the last Monday of every month until September. And then we'll go weekly again with the naughty list in September and October, and then include November in addition to December for the nice list. So that's the plan going forward for Christmas Every Day. Now, I have really, really enjoyed doing this segment, and I'm sad to see it going on the shelf for a little bit, but, you know, truth be told, if I tried to do, like 2 every week, like all the time, I'd pretty quickly run out of ideas, and I don't want to do that. It would just be like this big watered down mess, and I don't want that to happen. Anyway, so naughty list after today is going on the shelf until January 26th. So I guess that means we should just get right to it. First up this week is a first-rate holiday offender for many, many good reasons, and it especially deserves a spot on the list during this week. Now, Black Friday began in the 1950s, actually, which is, I thought it was way later than that, but, anyway, it was started by the police officers in Philadelphia who were overwhelmed by the post-Thanksgiving shoppers and the tourists coming in for the Army-Navy football game. And even all the way back then, like the day after Thanksgiving was known as this incredibly hectic day of shopping and traffic and just overall like grumpiness by, I don't know, everybody who stepped out of the house, basically. And that kind of continued on for a couple of decades. And then in the 80s, stores started having these day after Thanksgiving sales. And the name Black Friday went from being like a Philadelphia thing to being a national thing. And people lost their minds. In a frenzy to get great deals on the Christmas gifts that they had to get, they hit the stores hard. So hard, in fact, that, many people would just camp out on sidewalks in front of the stores or the malls, either very early in the morning or, in many cases, even on Thanksgiving night, just so they could be among the first, inside the store when that particular mall or store opened. And just hordes of people would get out every year on the day of Thanksgiving and on the day after Thanksgiving, and do this. Excuse me. But then, as if, huge crowds of shoppers wasn't enough, things started to get violent. So, first off, the stores, they just let everybody get right up to the door when it was time to open. And then when the doors are unlocked, it looks like the start of the Boston Marathon with, people forcing their way inside the store and running over other people with their buggies and then, just curb stomping whoever was in their way. All right, listen up, folks. If you're not from the South, you may not know that word, but the proper word for shopping cart is buggy. It's a buggy. End of discussion. And so if you manage to make it back to the department that you came to get that one gift from in the store, you better hope you didn't get the last one, because there's a better than average chance that somebody's standing in like right there wanting to fight you over it. And don't let it be that one thing that everybody wants to get that year. Like when Cabbage Patch Kids were so popular, Plasma TVs were a big thing when they came out. The plasma TV, the run on plasma TVs was just huge. And probably the worst one, or the most popular one, I should say, was Tickle Me Elmo, because that's, the weapons came out with Tickle Me Elmo. People have gotten shanked over trying to pick up a Tickle Me Elmo. And other Black Friday deals too. It's just insane. Now, with the invention of the internet and Amazon, who has also made the naughty list, Black Friday isn't quite the thing that it used to be, because so many stores have either shut down entirely or they've gone online only. But there are still, like, the Black Friday news stories just about every year where, about some shopper who went off the rails and rammed their buggy into somebody else's car because they got the last, Lego set at Target. Excuse me. Black Friday, you are a stain on the holiday season, and while things are looking better for you, you are not out of the woods yet. And that's why you're on the naughty list. So, I got one down. The last entry on the naughty list for 2025 is one that a lot of folks, I think, are going to disagree with, but it has to be done. And this isn't the first offender that was put on the naughty list for being too good instead of for being bad. October 29th, 1994. Do you see where I'm going with this? Is a day that will live in infamy. Now, that's the day that this song was released upon the world. And nobody quite knew that it would disrupt the Christmas season year after year after year after year, like no other song has since Bing Crosby released White Christmas in 1942. If you haven't guessed it yet, this song is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. I need to put out a disclaimer here. I don't dislike this song. As a matter of fact, I can't deny its, catchiness, its appeal. I can't deny the cleverness that went into writing it. It's an incredibly clever song. I've talked a lot about different songs that I thought were victims of lazy songwriting. This isn't one of them. This is a very cleverly written song. I really can't deny Mariah Carey's talent around that time frame. I mean, she was at the top of her game. And I would never, ever, ever try to deny the one characteristic about this song that makes it as popular as it is, which is the fact that it just seemingly appeals to each new generation just as much as it appealed to the generations before. So, by what I mean by that is, it gets more and more popular as time goes on, especially with younger people. And I'll be bold to say that I don't think there's another song, Christmas song or otherwise, in history that can say the same thing to the degree that this one can. So why would I put it on the list? Well, I mean, there's a very simple answer. It's too good. It's so good you can't get away from it. It's so good that you hear it pretty much everywhere you go after Halloween. You hear it at the grocery store. You hear it playing outside at the gas pump when you're filling up. You hear it constantly at Walmart, Target, basically any store that sells anything during the holiday season. You hear it at Starbucks. If you're listening to any kind of radio stations in the car that play Christmas music, and that includes the Sirius XM channels, you're very likely hearing it there too. You hear it on your social media accounts relentlessly. You hear it at the office Christmas party, and for that matter, every other Christmas party. It's you can't get away from it. It's like that one, that one Christmas decoration or ornament or, whatever that you happen to pick up whenever the Christmas season begins for you that has glitter on it. That glitter's not leaving. No matter what you do, that glitter's not leaving until after New Year's. This song is the glitter of Christmas songs. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be ever present in your life during the Christmas season. Now, normally I wouldn't penalize something that's too good in this way. Although, if you go back 2 Naughty List episodes, I think that's exactly what I did with the Beach Boys and their Christmas album. It's too good. And you know what? The song is actually pretty nice to listen to the first few times every Christmas season. But when those first few times are all consolidated on one day on November 1st, when this song just kind of busts on the scene like the Kool-Aid Man, you really realize that it's going to be a very long holiday season, at least when it comes to your ears. Now, the fact that nobody over the last 31 years has been able to write a more popular, even if not better, Christmas song, is truly a testament to how good the song is. But too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. I'm not saying that the song has even come close to running its course as the most popular Christmas song of all time. I don't think that it has. But moderation, people. Moderation is in order. Mariah Carey, Everybody Loves You. This is probably the best Christmas song ever. But I cringe every time it comes on, and a lot of other people do too. But like I said, a lot of people don't. A lot of people love it. A lot of younger people love it. And I do want to say that although I put this song on the naughty list, I do understand why it's so popular. I understand why younger people get it. I understand why to date nobody's written a better Christmas song. I get it all. But it still had to go on the naughty list because I cringe every time it comes on. Anyway, you know what? That does it for this year. Okay? That does it for the naughty list. This really makes me sad, but please check in with us next Monday for our first episode of the nice list. It's going to be a good one. This one's going to be a really, really good one, folks. And make sure to catch our regular Christmas Everyday episode every Friday. All right, so until next Monday, try to get on the nice list. And Merry Christmas.